Welcome back to another training with John, your performance mindset coach. In today's free training, we are going to dive into the topic of achieving work-life balance for business owners. If you're not a business owner, you can stay tuned in. There's going to be plenty of nuggets and takeaways for you to be able to implement along your path. But a super important topic, and we actually wrote a blog on this very topic this week where we dive into this concept in a little bit more depth, but I wanted to provide a free training to go along with that blog to help you implement what we actually discuss over the blog. So work life, right? It's one of the most difficult things for business owners is to be able to create boundaries for themselves or find ways to integrate their life and business. I like to call it life, business, or life work integration because as much as we want to separate them, I think they overlap in so many different ways, especially when it comes to our mindset, our self-development, our relationships, and so on. But let's have a look at the whole idea of this training is how we can achieve work-life balance or integration or whatever it is you want to label it as through mindset and self-development. So let's look at some of the problems that we see with business owners specifically when it comes to trying to find some balance in their life. Number one is it leads to burnout. We can do it for a period of time where we're constantly chasing the hustle and grind. But over time, the tires start to wear, the rims get a little bit more bent, and over time, the wheel starts to buckle. So we have to change that and be more proactive. High levels of neural threat. And when we're in a place of neural threat, our amygdala gets hijacked, we can no longer think logically or rationally. We're making bad decisions. We're operating out of our emotive part of the brain, which is going to have a massive impact on how we lead, how we show up, how we feel, and the levels of stress we experience, which then leads to decreased productivity over time. So although we feel like we're doing more, we're actually accomplishing less. So what is some of the solutions? What is it we want to do instead? And how can we use this training to help us do exactly that? So number one is self-awareness. Bringing more self-awareness to you as a person, to what you do, to the way you show up in the world, how you show up at home, how you show up in your business, and how they compare. Creating a proactive approach to how we learn to manage to self-regulate, how we manage to deal with stress, and how we manage to create boundaries. Seek feedback in the sense of how we can always get feedback from ourselves and others in order to grow, which is a must for our business and our mindset. Self-awareness, right? So increasing self-awareness of self. See, a spelling error should be increasing self-awareness of self, serving versus non-serving mindsets, and bring to the surface. All right, so we want to increase self-awareness of ourselves, what we do, where's our current mindset at in terms of limitations, in terms of where we might have a narrative constructed in our business or in our personal life that doesn't actually serve us. We might have a belief that doesn't serve us, a certain value that is in conflict with the goal that we have. Bring it to the surface. We don't want to suppress. The more we suppress, the more control it has on your life. Most of your day is lived subconsciously on autopilot, not consciously and actually aware. Proactive approach, notice the patterns. When we can notice the patterns, it gives us the ability to be able to change them. So we have to become self-aware of the patterns first. We do this with repetition over and over, and when we do, then we can interrupt quicker. Create 2 to 3 things that make you feel good. When you have things prioritized in your schedule that make you feel good, you're proactively learning how to self-regulate, you're proactively learning how to decrease that neural threat, you're proactively creating a mindset that's going to serve you in your business, but also in your life outside of your business, your relationships with your family, how you communicate with your family, being able to spend more time with your family. And then we schedule them in first. So super, super important. Time management is simply how we use our time as best we can, right? Our assets of money, energy, and time. They are most important assets. Time is going to be something that we all have the same. We all have 168 hours a week. So how do we best use our time? Well, we use what we call ascension movers, which helps us identify what's most important each week that we need to execute on to get the results we need to in the least amount of steps. What drains your energy? Bring in more awareness to what is it that takes my energy versus what gives me energy, what fills me up with energy, and spending more time doing those things. So if you want the worksheet, don't forget to download it in the description section. There will be a link there that will take you directly to the workbook for this worksheet. Here you can see our life work balance for business owners. We have a couple of different sheets here for you that's going to, number one, help you log your time. Number two, identify your ascension movers. And number three, have a look at what is draining your energy right now versus what is giving you energy. So don't forget to hit that link below to download your workbook. Any questions you have, just comment below and I'll make sure to address them in an upcoming training. If you haven't already read the blog, go back, read the blog. The link is in the description for the blog as well for you to take a look at. So be well, take care, and until next time, be your best self.